Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me for today's world session. We are, can you believe it, May 19th, 2022. So get yourself nice and cozy. You can lay down, put your earphones in, maybe lie down on a bed or on a couch, somewhere where you won't be disturbed so you can fully receive this healing session for yourself. Just lay down. This is all for you so you can receive. So the first thing that I'm tuning into, what I wanted to explore through body talk is justification. So justification. So you can think about, really feel what that does to your body when I say justifying, justifying. I have to justify. Oh, such a heavy feeling. My whole gut contracts, my whole abdomen contracts, my bladder feels like it's shrinking. You could feel where it impacts you. Justifications. We justify what we eat. So either whether it be justifying yourself to somebody else, justify your actions. Why did you make that choice? Justify your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. Oh my God, your choices. Even what you like, your preferences, you've got to justify everything. Oh, it feels so heavy on the system. So for me, it's in my lower abdomen. It feels in my gut. My stomach feels all bloated now. It just grew 2 sizes and is hard. You could feel for yourself. It could be in your shoulders. It could be laying in your chest. It could be in your back. Just feel all of the ways and all of the places that you justify yourself in your life, whether that be to somebody else or to yourself. Oh, it's so heavy. So first thing that we're going to do is we're doing a brain drain. I'm going to dump all of those thoughts. Oh, we got to get the brain nice and ready to take in the new, I was going to say commandments. It's strange that came up, but the new formulas for healing, for health, for restoration, for rejuvenation, that the brain is working, not clouded, that the brain is working well. We're doing a brain drain, tapping that in. And we're going to tap cortices to the brain drain. Oh, there it goes. I'm going to anchor that to individuation. I'm just going to dump all of that stuff out. Do a brain drain, dump it all out. Now this feels like it's taken over my whole entire system. Like my whole body and my whole being is under the spell of justifying. Even for the littlest things. Let's say if you have, you made dinner and you decided to make, I don't know, chicken instead of beef, and then you're justifying, what's for supper, mom, or what's for supper, dear, or even to yourself, oh, well, I'm going to make chicken because beef's fatty, and all of these excuses, justifying why you made chicken, justifying why you chose what you did. And it's so heavy on the heart and really, really heavy in the gut. My stomach is so hard. Oh, so the heart's unable to harmonize and transmute and send out frequencies, right? So the heart has bioelectric frequency, and excuse me, it goes out for about 4 feet in each direction, right? That heart center vibration, those waves from the heart, and it feels really tight in there. So we're going to go ahead and how are we doing this? We got to do dump 5 senses. So 5 senses from the heart. Oh, the senses are the way that you experience life. But each sense has a filter on it. So just like my glasses, or like a rose-colored glasses, or it could be So that's an example. So the skin has a filter on it through the senses. So all of your experiences, your ideas about feeling, touching, being touched, experiencing, this is the first thing. This is how we feel, is through our skin. It's through our sense of touch. Then our eyes have the sense of sight is skewed by all the lenses or all the filters that we have there. Our nose, our mouth, the tongue, the ears. So we're gonna dump filters oh, from the five senses, from the heart. So physical and subtle. I'm going to anchor that to individuation. I'm feeling really dizzy on this. We have all of these filters telling us what to eat, what not to eat, what to choose, what not to choose, and then justifying those choices. I gotta, make sense of the choice that I made. I make sure that I'm not wrong. And then if I give proof and a reason and an excuse, well, then that lets me make my choice the way that I want to make it. Well, no, it's come from, oh God, so heavy. And that completely throws off the harmonizing of the heart. So the heart is our harmonizing center. It's such a strong vortex. There it is. They're starting to move. So we're going to go in and also tap in. So we're doing that five senses dumping from the heart, anchoring it to the heart for individuation, basically dumping it. And then we've got all of these belief systems around the heart. I need to justify what I like. I need to justify myself. I need to justify my choices. Oh, and it's so heavy around the heart. I could feel it like strings and knots and these big wires and thread binding the heart from your heart's desires. Oh, your true heart's desires, not what you think you desire, but really, really, what do you want? What do you want? And it's binding the heart. So we've got to gonna go and do an active memory thread to justifying myself, justifying what I like, justifying what I want, justifying my choices, justifying, this is different though, justifying my behavior. This is a defense. That's a pathology. That's something completely different. So on one side, there's justifications for the things that you enjoy or the things you like, or you put yourself first, you're responsible, means you have the ability to respond, you take full responsibility for yourself and your life, and then you still justify. That's a trauma. So we're dumping that, we're working through that trauma with an active memory. Oh, we need some hydration in there. It feels really sticky. So we're going to run a hydration to that active memory threads to help. So water helps the emotions move, the heart synthesizes, it harmonizes. So to support that heart and harmonization and dumping of those active memories, linking it to diaphragm, small intestines. And then there's the pathology side. So justifying your bad behaviors, justifying being lazy, justifying putting yourself last, justifying why you don't take that course, or you don't get those sessions, or you don't take that class, or you don't buy that shirt for yourself. And so these are all that low self-esteem, which leads into whininess, that I'm going to justify my behavior even if I'm treating myself and others badly. I've got all my justifications as to why I do this, and those are memories and, well, in the past it happened like this, so it must be like that again, so I'm going to go ahead and justify these actions. Those are pathology. So we got to dump that pathology from the heart center. It's wrapped around it, strangling the heart. Oh, so this is hand-me-down things is coming in through generations. So we're going back 20 generations. of these hand-me-downs, you have to justify yourself. And I justify my excuses, my behaviors, whether it's good or it's bad. And then in comes self-responsibility. So bringing in soul responsibility work here, you can place your hand on your heart. Even though these hand-me-down things have come down to you through who knows how, it is still your responsibility. You're still behaving in that manner. Buck ends here with you. So you put your hand on your heart. I take full responsibility for myself. I take full responsibility for my behaviors. I take full responsibility for my actions. I take full responsibility for my thoughts. I take full responsibility for my feelings. I take full responsibility for my emotions. I take full responsibility for myself. I take full responsibility for my life. I am responsible for myself. I am responsible for my life. I have the ability to respond. I have the ability to respond to myself and my life. I have the ability to respond to my feelings. I have the ability to respond to my emotions. Oh, I do not need to justify myself. Oh, that one's really powerful. It's heating up the stomach. I do not need to justify myself. Take a deep breath. I do not need to justify what I like. Oh, I do not need to justify what I want. Oh, there it's starting to dump out. We're balancing that hereditary through the 8th chakra that's coming in. It feels like the coming in from CV20 from the top point of the head, and it's infiltrating. So we're balancing that out. We're cutting all of those cords of justifications. And even if someone asks you to justify yourself, you do not need to. You do not need to justify yourself. What you like and what you want for yourself in your life doesn't need justification. Oh, there it's starting to unwind. We're going to go and do a Vivaxis. We're going to go ahead and do a heart Vivaxis and link that into the heart brain. Oh, we're just giving some space in that cardiac notch, get it nestled in nice and well, and really grounding into your life, grounding into yourself, really feeling your heart's desires. What do you want really clearly? What do you want? Not all these thoughts that you think that you want, but truly feel it for yourself within your body. What do you want? What kind of life do you want? What do you want? And then that vibration goes out from the heart and it co-creates with the universe. And this is where our manifestation is coming in. Manifesting, geez, your heart's desires. Okay, now go ahead and tap that in. Oh, my stomach deflated quite a bit on that piece, so that's really nice. It's not as poofy as it was before. We're going into the gut. Working with the whole abdomen. We've got this whole gut brain that's been traumatized by justifying. So go in to make a choice or a decision for yourself, and even who knows how those choices and decisions are made. That gut brain just responds, that there's a gut response. Oh, there it is. There's a discernment that just happens, and it just happens. And then it gets clouded, it gets bombarded so heavy with justifying. Well, I made a choice and now I have to justify why I made that choice. And then it goes back into the brain, back into the head for all of that mental activity, mental mastications over and over and over, justifying every choice, every action that you do. So we got to remove that, remove It's this big mind crystals within the gut brain. It's really mucking up the small intestines. The large intestines are jam-packed and compacted. I can feel that large intestines and really pressing in. It's so full. So if constipation is coming in, and dehydration within the colon and the large intestines, and the feces is it's too hard, and it's pressing on the back and creating pressure in on the sacrum, and even into the coccyx, and the pelvic basin is just so heavy. Oh, I'm gonna hold on really, 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 really tight. Constipation is an inability to let go. So hold on really tight to all my excuses, all my justifications, all my thinking, because this is what keeps me safe. Well, I couldn't possibly just do what I want or ask for what I want. I've got to find all my nitty-gritty reasons to, and then maybe I can. We're going to run a hydration through the large intestines. There is so much in there. We've got to break up the fecal matter inside the feces, inside the large intestines going into the colon. Then we're going to bombard it with hydration, get it soft and breaking apart into pieces so it just moves fluidly, not into the diarrhea but really moving nicely so that the digestive system is working well. So the stomach takes in food, it also takes in life experiences and mulches it down into this mulch. It passes through all of the bile reliefs. The gallbladder releases bile and moves down into into the small intestines. The small intestine does its work. It's discerning. The small intestine discerns. So it takes the minerals that it needs from the food, the vitamins that it needs from the food, the fat, the carbohydrates. It breaks it all down, uses it for the body, and the rest is let go through the large intestines. So large intestines is literally about letting go of what you don't need within your body, the waste, and also emotional waste, thinking, belief systems, bunged up emotions, unsynthesized traumas and experiences, and even sessions. I'm getting, unsynthesized work. So whether that you be working with me or with another practitioner or even an osteopath or whoever you work with, all of that work, all of that synthesizing hasn't moved through the small intestines, and so there's no I don't know, upgrade for lack of better words, or a downloading of it's not so deep. It kind of just says surface level. So those new formulas of healing haven't been fully integrated. And so and impacting the small intestines in a healthy way, that it's just responding or reacting. Oh, so we're going to do a repair on the small intestines. I'm still seeing that hydration on the colon, the hydration on the large intestines is still happening. It's being bombarded and needs a lot of water. And at the same time, we're going and running a parallel session to the small intestines and repairing the absorption and the functionality of the small intestines to discern. So to pull away vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats, all of the food that you eat, that it's using it well and storing the chi, and it's extracting the life force chi from the food and moving it into the kidneys for storage of chi, that you're not burning out the adrenals. And oh, that's a good one. That's a big release right there. So I'm wrapping the adrenals and Reiki and linking that into the kidneys, as that's where ancestral chi is stored. We don't want to be tapping into ancestral chi when we use that for low times, when you're not well. You're not overburdening those adrenals and tapping into the ancestral chi. You get your chi from your daily life, right? From the sun, from the water that you drink, from the food that you eat, from the sleep that you get that builds up your life force chi. And I'm really feeling so much anxiety with that. Oh my God. Well, I've got to, and then there's that justification again. So we've got to dump it again, and we're going to do it through pathological consciousness of the small intestines to, instead of discerning, it justifies. You're going to tap that out, anchor it to the heart for individuation, and get that pathological thinking out of the small intestines. Get all of those mind crystals dissolved. So I'm going to run another hydration through the small intestines. The large intestines looks good now. Work has been done there. And tap in the work for the large intestines. And get this whole brain working together, this whole body brain working together as one. The head brain works with the heart brain, works with the gut brain, and the gut brain sends signals up to the heart brain, and the heart transmutes it. So important, that heart. And then the brain also works and sends out those new healthy programs. We want it all working together, all one giant brain working together as one. So linking head to heart to gut, and then inverse gut brain to heart brain to head brain. And that's going to run on a repeat. So they're working together in sync. So there's going to be a repeat of 4 circulations, head, heart, gut, heart, head, for 4 repetitions over the next 24 hours. All right. End of session. Let me know how you're feeling. I'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much for being on with me, for listening if you weren't. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube page. Please, please, please go ahead and share that out. It helps me so much. Subscribe, share, like, comment. Also, if you want to keep in touch, I have other workshops coming up. There's another soul responsibility class coming up in June, at the end of June, and a bunch of Reiki, a bunch of chakra workshops coming up, both online and in person. I'm so happy to open up my doors finally in my new Ontario office. Please come and see me here if you're in the Ottawa area. You can hit me up on my website. You can contact me through there or even through YouTube. Love to be in touch. Please subscribe and share this out with everyone. Much love. See you all next week.